And introducing from Couples Ignite the Fire, Allison Clarke.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see you. Wow, what a crowd. I wasn't expecting so many people, especially knowing that I missed, April and May segment. So you guys are very forgiven. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And those who are watching from the comfort of your home, thank you for coming to hear what I have to say today. I'm again Allison from Couples Ignite the Fire, and I'm so excited to be speaking with you about what is passionate to me and Couples Ignite the Fire. As I mentioned before on my last segment, Michael and I went through some challenges in our marriage, and we found a way to try and work things out. And I just want to be able to help other couples. So I'm here today to just change the way we work together as couples. And I think play is very critical. I know there's in each of us, there's a child in there, and sometimes it doesn't show, but I think if you take time just to have fun, you can see that it changes so much in your marriage. And, I'm here, but I want to start out first to say that in the last 3 months, it has been a challenge. And, life happens. And when life happens, you just have to deal with it, right? And, my pops, he passed away just recently, and it was sudden. And all hands were on deck to try and get him to get better. And of course, that wasn't in the plan. But, through that, it took a lot of my, that 3 months of life away from me, where I wasn't able to do my segments on TV. We missed our anniversary, and we just had to do whatever we had to do. But I have to say that I'm so happy that during that time when my dad was ill, I actually had an opportunity to spend time with him, and I have no regrets. I'm so happy that, we got to spend that time together. And, there were nights I was going home really late. I'm just tired, exhausted, plopping myself in the couch. And Michael would be, not saying anything, but he would have a meal prepared and he would put on a funny movie for me to watch. And, uh, I thought that was so sweet of him, and I was so overwhelmed by that because sometimes it's not having to say anything, but it's the actions. So it was generosity on his part, and I think something like that is what I would be looking for from my spouse. Not really knowing how to help, but doing something to make me know that I'm here. And I say that, and I'm going all around this just to say for all of you couples that, life does happen. And when life happens, where are you? Are you together? Are you trying to work things together? Or are you so far apart? I think, as couples, it's always good to be best friends. And so when you work together as a team, you don't create enemies. And so I just wanted to say that part. But some people, when I sent out the message about Couples Ignite the Fire, they said, well, what is the purpose? And really, Couples Ignite the Fire is all about rekindling the love, the relationship. We have such busy lives that we forget sometimes that we exist. And I think a lot of the times we take each other for granted, don't we? Would you say that? Yeah. And so, it's just finding time to have a date and scheduling date nights and just laughing at each other, making fun with each other, and pampering each other. It's so enlightening. And so I want to take a different course and do things for my spouse as, I know he's doing for me. It wasn't always the case. We hated each other at one point and didn't want to be together. But I thank God that, he's helped us to work things out. And we continue to be a work in progress. So I'm here and I'm no different from any one of you. Tonight, it's all about honoring your spouse. And Mother's Day just passed, and Father's Day is in another week or so. And so I think it would be appropriate just to be honoring each other. And so I looked up the definition of what honoring your spouse means, and this is what it says. It means to recognize the worth of our spouse and decide to cherish them as a treasure they are. Honor instructs us to put our other half ahead of ourselves and others. And that's called selfish love. And so I try my best to honor Michael as his wife. And I do make mistakes, especially when I'm telling him off. But for the most part, I try to do my best to honor him. And with that being said, I have three lovely couples that will be coming up today, and they're going to be creating some desserts. And it's all about honoring each other. So I'm going to ask our couples to come up now, and I'd love for you to just welcome them onto the stage. Here they come. They're lovely. And again, they don't have a clue what they're going to be doing, but I just love the fact that I have couples who are open to trying something different. So here we have three lovely couples. Come on, we got to squish in. You can go that way, yes. And right now, can we give them a round of applause? Yay! So you all have a mic. Each couple has a mic. If you can just hold your mic now. I think it's on already. It's on. Yeah, it's on. Is yours on? Yes, yes. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to introduce yourself and just tell everyone how long you've been married. You can start.
Hi there, my name is Derek Ingram. I've been married for 32 years to this lovely wife.
And I'm Delia, Derek's lovely wife.
Oh, and you lovely couple?
I'm Mike Vdov, and we've been married for 7 years.
Very good.
I'm Trish, and I'm his best part of his life. And yes, we've just had our 7th anniversary on June 7th.
Me too. Oh no, it was my birthday on June the 7th. My anniversary was in May. Okay.
Hi, I'm Mahalia Casals, and we're married for 25 years. Next week, Thursday, will be 26 years.
Wow, yay!
And I'm Milton Casals, her lovely half.
That's wonderful. Well, congratulations to you guys. And we're not going to take any more time. We're going to be making a dessert. So I'm going to explain to you what you're going to be doing. I have to say, I forgot the whipped cream and I forgot the pudding. So this is going to be interesting. We're going to improvise. But I'm going to ask you to make a dessert for your lovely spouse. And what you're going to do is you're going to create something that you think represents your spouse. Okay? So each one of you have to make your own dessert for your spouse. Okay? And we give you 10 minutes. Okay? It can be as creative as you want it to be. Now we have all sorts of things from ketchup sauce to blueberries to cherries to salty cheese crackers to coconut and jelly beans and puffs and you name it, we've got it. So you take it away and help yourself to start making your dessert. You're going to be putting it into the wine glass, and yeah, so go for it. You can move around. Don't have to say. You're each making your own. Each one. Yeah, so you're making one for Mahalia. Don't leave her out. And you can get messy. The table, it's okay. You can get dirty. Mm. We are making a mess. It's okay. You said we could. Look at that. Oh, sorry.
That's me, man. That's me. You got no time to do it? Yeah, man. You gotta fix it up. I guess I'm the last one. Yeah.
How's it going? Very good. It's very good. Now who put ketchup in theirs? Nobody? Oh, I thought somebody would have put ketchup in theirs.
And try new things and spice things up.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So what you have to do now, you have to give your spouse the dessert that you made, and you have to feed them actually. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we'll talk about that. Don't eat the cheesies. Yes, yes. Go ahead. I see you're feeding him yours. Is he's going to feed you his?
Yeah.
Yes? Now you have a lot of cheesies in there and bran flakes. Very healthy. Okay. Now you have to tell me, how is it without having whipped cream and pudding? Because that was one of the main ingredients. Is it okay or?
It's great.
It's good. You're working with it? Now you're not compelled to finish the whole thing. It's completely up to you. But if you're enjoying it, then I see Delia put it down right away. Well, let's give them a hand for just participating, right? Thank you so much. Thank you. So at this time, we're going to take a 5-minute break and then we're going to come back, okay?
Go Live TV, il primo canale IP interculturale in Canada.
Speaks my language.
È multiculturel.
Go Live TV es intercultural.
I watch for London.
What a pleasure to be here at Liuna TV and Go Live.
יבוגה אורורים מרוגנגי.
אני מזמין אתכם להצטרף Go Live TV.
Fala a minha língua. É intercultural.
Go Live TV es intercultural.
Go Live TV es intercultural. Yo como tú veo Go Live TV.
Go Live TV, il primo canale IP interculturale in Canada.
Speaks my language.
È multiculturel.
Go Live TV es intercultural.
I watch for London.
What a pleasure to be here at Liuna TV and Go Live.
Yvugá Ururim
Olá, sou o cantor Salgadinho, estou na Go Live TV.
Fala a minha língua. É intercultural.
Go Live TV es intercultural.
Go Live TV es intercultural. Yo como tú veo Go Live TV.
Yeah, I think.
Olá, sou o Jaco Oliveira, Business Manager do local 183 e também Business Manager do Ontario Provincial District Council. Hoje estamos aqui com o Go Live TV.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We've got our lovely couples back on stage. And now it's a question period. And it's all in relation to what we just did in terms of, making a dessert for your spouse. So I'm going to ask all of you, is this something new for you, or do you normally make desserts for each other? Who wants to go first? Anyone could jump in.
We make desserts for each other.
Okay. And is this something you do regularly or special occasions?
Most Sundays.
Most Sundays. Tell me more about that. Maybe Milton?
That's what. Yeah. Yeah. After dinner, I'll make maybe cheesecake. Or sometimes I'll make toto. Or just a banana cake.
So who's the cook in the house?
Well, she's the cook. I'm the baker.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. What about you? You were going to say something, Trish?
I'm the cooker at the house, and I cook. I suck at baking. So usually, I do bake for him from Metro. I go and get ice cream. I go get his favorite cakes, or that's the way I serve him my dessert.
And what about you, Mike?
No, I haven't had that privilege.
Why is that? Are you banned from the kitchen, or what is it?
It's not my strong thing.
So making the dessert today, how was that for you?
It was pretty new.
It was new,
Yeah,
okay.
something I'd never really done.
And may I ask, what did you put in her wine glass as her dessert?
Coconuts.
Uh-huh.
And lots of sweets. And like all the candies. Because she's really sweet, you know, she...
Oh, can you put your mic closer so I can hear that? That's good. What did you say? So you put all those sweets in the dish?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it just, she has a lot in her. And, you know, we have 4 children. And it's really, you know, a lot on her. And for her to balance everything, it shows, you know, a lot of strength.
Wow, that's powerful. Thank
He's
you.
sweeting me out.
And what about you, Delia and Derek?
I'll start first. Okay, well, I neither cook or bake, but I will assist her in the kitchen if she asks for help, though.
Okay, okay.
So I'm the chief cook and baker. Derek's the clean up Delia's mess person.
Mm-hmm.
Today's dessert was a little bit, it's weird to see what he would put into a dessert for me because I'm always the one that does that.
Mm-hmm.
And we chose the exact same ingredients for each other.
Wow.
So that's
great.
What's all healthy choices? Like I know what she likes, and she knows what I like, so nothing too crazy with the sweets.
It's good. Very good. But I mean, for both of you to be able, 35 years, right? 32 years.
Yeah.
So being together 32 years, it surely has gelled in the sense that you were able to, you know, create the same kind of dessert. That's pretty good. Yeah. So I want to ask. We're talking today about honoring your spouse. How do you honor your spouse? For me, I think I'll start. How I honor Michael is I like to give him praise, and whatever he's doing, I try to make him feel good, and so I'm always praising him. So that's how I honor him. I don't know who wants to go.
I honor Derek mostly just with my thank you. You know, I appreciate him. I am a big thank you person. So there's not a day that goes by that I won't say thank you, even for the littlest of things. Because whether he leaves me that last pot of coffee, when he knows, like, that is big. Like, when you come to the kitchen and there's one coffee pod left, and you know there was probably only one last night and he went without coffee just so that I could have that last pod, I make sure that's a big thank you. Like, for the littlest things. And I think that's what we do for each other. But, yeah.
Well, basically what I do, I just try to pick up all the slack. So I try my best. She used to work shift work for years, and I know it's a very tiring kind of work. So I try my best to make sure I help out all the time. I do all the cleaning. I don't cook. Cleaning, inside, everything outside I do. So I try my best to make sure I pick up the slack that she's not too tired out.
So that's how you honor her? Okay. And what about you, Milton and Mahalia?
Well, for me, I honor him by saying thank you also, and make sure he's coming home to a clean home, and make sure there's dinner. I also will press his work shirts. Sometimes I feel like doing something extra. I'll do that for him. But most of all is saying thank you and how much I appreciate him.
Very good.
Yeah, for me, if she asks me to do anything around the house, I'll do it. That's how I honor her. You know, any little things, and most of all in the mornings, especially on the weekends, when we're home, I'll make breakfast sometimes, or I'll, cup of tea, and we just chill, maybe just, you know,
Mhm.
chill in the bed.
Good.
That's what I do.
Thank you.
My turn, I guess. Life's been really busy for the last few months for both of us, but I always make sure, no matter what, the house is clean. Mike has fresh clothes, bed is made, he has dinner ready, everything's ready. That's how I honor him. His tea, even the cup with the tea bag inside and the spoon of honey. All he has to do is just turn on the kettle.
You weren't kidding when you said your pan from
turn
the
on the
kitchen.
kettle, but I think it would get cold by the time he gets home. But so I make sure like everything is ready for him before I go to work. Because there are days we don't see each other for 2-3 days. We just take turns, shift work. So that's how I honor him. Make sure everything's done for him, so he doesn't have to do anything.
Thank you. And Mike?
Yeah, I'm blessed to have, Trish. She does pretty much everything. And when she's at work, my job is to keep the house the same way. As long as it's clean when she's home, back, it's good.
It's very good.
I'm blessed.
So in 7 years, you've learned. That's very good.
But it got there.
Good. So I think almost every one of you on this platform work shift work. And just tell me how that works for you with your marriage. And I mean, you're together 35 years, and I know personally, Delia and Derek, that both of you work shift work. And I don't know how you've done it for 35 years. So.
Well, shift work is very tough. I mean, you have to be a good team. Number one, right? It's teamwork. We work together. We take shifts. We don't let one person do everything, double duty, which is not good, right? So the division of work is split evenly between us.
Now, do you discuss this, or you just do it, or you know?
No, it's a natural thing. We know it's got to get done, so we just do it.
Yeah, the shift work is challenging, but I think because we've done it for so long, we've developed a pattern with it. It's hard because you don't see each other every day like a 9-to-5er, right? And we do make sure that the days that we are together, we spend quality time. So if we have days off, we plan things with each other. It's really hard not going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time. So when we have days where we can actually make our beds because we're all on the same page, it's just a win-win. But for us, with the shift work, it's we have it down to a science, and it's all just like you said. It's about teamwork. We are able to get things done because we naturally know what each strength is, and where one lacks, the other one picks it up, and that's just how we've been doing it for years.
And no complaining.
Well, not yet, no.
What about you, Mahalia and Milton?
Sort of work same hours, just leave a bit earlier, but I see him every day. Well, the good thing he's home very early, so he gets to help me out after his nap. So, but we see each other every day, so it's not so bad.
What she said, we see each other every day. I leave in the morning about maybe after 4.
Wow.
Yeah, I get back home, say after 1. So, not much complaints really. Everything is when I come in, as I said, the place is really well kept, and I'm glad about that, what she did, and I just go off to bed, wake up again. Yeah.
Great. So everything is going great for you guys. What do you think about date nights?
Date nights for us is mainly on a Friday. We'll maybe go have ice cream at Dairy Queen, or grab a burger, or go to the mall, and have a light supper and just chit chat, about things that's going on, whether in the house or outside. Talk about our daughter, and yeah, that's about it. That's our date night. Yeah. Talk
Now,
about intimate
do you
stuff.
have frequent date nights or is it just sporadic?
It's all over the place, but I think it's mainly on Fridays. Fridays and Saturdays. If we don't do anything on Friday, we'll do something on a Saturday. Yeah, maybe barbecue on the grill, on the balcony, and just chill with a glass of wine, beer. Yeah.
What about you, Mahalia?
As he said, it's sporadically, like because we see each other all the time, we're with each other all the time. So, I mean, I don't think we have to go out to have a date night. We could just be home and having a date night. Even just watching a show together. So.
Now, I've seen some pretty nice pictures where you and Milton had a date night and you had a spread, and there was like the meal and the creativity with the dessert, and you had your wine, and the table was all set up, and the environment was really nice. Because I know there's some people who have young children and they're not able to have a date night where they're going out, and somebody like my husband who don't like to eat out, and it's difficult to say you want to go out and have a date night, to eat. So let the audience know what it's like, to be creative and taking that extra step in creating an environment or an atmosphere where you can have a date night and it's special.
Yeah, I just decorated our room and cooked a meal, set it up inside the bedroom, and he didn't know anything about it. I surprised him, and it was good to do that and enjoy it, and you're at home in your own space, and he loved it. He really loved it, set it up by the window, put lights on the window, all these hearts around the place.
Very good. Yeah.
Petals on the floor leading to the room, and yeah. So,
now, I tried that with Michael, and he said, "What's going on?" He said, "What's going on?" I said, "No, we're not having any more babies." But yeah, it's beautiful. I've seen a lot of your pictures. What about you, Trish and Mike?
So we have 4 kids. It's really, I will be totally honest, it's hard to go out on a date night. Even coming here tonight was hard because, Mommy, you're really leaving us? Because we never do. But I'm really, we're very thankful for my parents because they're there and they're great. They're there always for us, and especially for their grandkids, which helps us to work and whatever it is. We really appreciate my parents. Date nights, we don't have really date nights. Our date nights are, okay, kids are in bed, let's maybe put on a movie, or Mike will suggest, let's go for a walk. But for me, I sometimes slack. I'm really exhausted. Mike is really good at balancing, giving me the attention and the time that I need, but I find myself at times, okay, can we just cuddle and go to bed? So I'm learning. It's a learning process. It's been 7 years, but I'm trying. Our date nights, it's in front of the TV with a bowl of ice cream.
It's good.
And this is our date night. Thank you, Allison.
What about you, Mike? What is it for you? The little time that you do get to spend together with Trish?
Yeah, like me and Trish, we have different love languages. like completely different. For her, her love language is probably my least favorite. It's
okay.
You know, so growing up with that, it was very difficult, you know, because you know I would do the things that I think you know I would want, and try to you know do them for her, and it wasn't really working. So,
But you figured it out.
I did figure it out.
I had to tell him.
And you know,
literally tell him.
and that's a great thing.
Write it down.
So,
and that's a good thing because, you know, if your spouse doesn't know, you know, it's difficult to know how to please. And somebody like Michael and myself, where there was little communication, because Mike is very quiet and I'm very boisterous, and it was difficult. And so I had to tell him things, or I had to get it out of him what it is, you know, his love language was. And I think it took some time. But I actually had to get the book, The 5 Love Language. I don't know if anyone's read the book, but it's amazing. And we started to learn each other's love language. Although Michael knows everything about me and he knew my love language, but I struggled because I really didn't know, and because he doesn't really talk. I mean, so it took some time, but we figured it out. And we try and, you know, make it happen.
It's definitely took us, I mean, I know we've been only married 7 years, but it definitely took us a lot of faith, I believe, in like God, that God literally put it in our hearts to give each other mercy and grace for each other, and help us to draw closer to each other, to understand and supportive. So it took a lot of work, but we're getting there.
Very good. Very good. Delia, did you guys answer?
Oh,
so do you guys have date nights?
I thought you were just going to forget about us and go on to the next question. Our date nights are always planned because of our shifts. So we always have to get out the calendar and go, okay, on this day, we're going to do something. And then we decide way ahead that it's going to be done, because if we don't do that, we'll pick up a shift when the other person thinks that we're going to be off, and vice versa. So our date nights would involve going out to dinner, maybe meeting with friends, having a few people over, just things like that. It doesn't have to be elaborate, and even with us, our date nights aren't always elaborate or cost a lot of money, but the time that we spend together, whether it's just together alone or together with friends, that's our date nights. And we try to do that as much as possible. Obviously, with the pandemic, that, you know, was an issue, but now we're starting to do that more. So, yeah.
Derek, do you appreciate date nights?
Yes, we don't really have date night per se. Like everything is okay when you're off. I'm off next week, and we sort of plan stuff out, right? Well, Delia has her own life. I have my own life. Like, she has her family, her friends. So we're always busy doing stuff. But we do make time for each other, right? If she wants to go somewhere, we're like, okay, let's go here. It's all planned out. So that's how we do date night.
Very good. Now, do you believe in the power of play? Because I'm a big believer in being playful, being silly. Do you believe in the power of play, and what is that like for you?
Definitely, as long as it doesn't make a mess in the house.
What about you,
No
Mike?
whipped creams, please, and no petals, because I have to clean them up after.
What about you, Mike? Do you believe in the power of play?
Absolutely.
Yes?
Yeah, with 4 children, you learn a lot about play. So you learn.
Yeah, I know you're always playing with the children. I see you in the backyard, you know, and you're doing things with them. You're taking them to the park, and so you're very playful. And do you bring that into the marriage?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the children, it's built on the parents' love for each other. You know, without that, there's no family. And, you know, we do value that, and we try to achieve that.
Thank you.
We try to incorporate our kids into anything and everything pretty much we do. yeah, we do have our own time, which we also have to prioritize a little bit more. But we don't want the kids to feel left out. So yeah, it's great when they're with us too. We love it.
Good.
Playtime. What kind of playtime are you talking about, Allison? No, seriously. Yeah.
No, I mean, we're all adults here, so what does
we do
that
have
mean
that
for
playtime,
you?
too.
Yeah, what kind
What
of
is
playtime
your
is she talking
playtime? I have variations of playtime, but what is it for you? What does it signify? I like to be silly. I do spontaneous things, and when Michael's ready, he can be very playful as well. And he something like Uncle Buck, he'll have me watch it, even though we've watched it a million times. And he laughs at the same joke. And I tend to laugh at him because he's laughing at the same joke, you know? So we're very silly and playful, and he's more of a comedian, which I'm not. I suck at it, but I do other things, you know, and to have the child come out of me. I'll dance, you know, crazy, and yeah, so.
Well, just like you, I dance crazy. I'll make, faces, crazy faces,
And does Mahalia appreciate when you do that?
Yeah, she laughed. Yeah,
Mike has his famous shoulder dance. I love it. Yes.
We won't go there. What about you, Mahalia?
Yeah.
Maybe just dance and do some stupid moves. We also play board games. Yeah. We play board games, cards. Yeah, that's what we do.
Now, when you play games, I find it breaks down a lot of barriers. It diffuses, situations. And I know sometimes your spouse, you may be in the mood and your spouse may not be. But how do you get your spouse to come around, to, try and diffuse some of that tension? You might have just had an argument and maybe it's not the right time. But when do you pick the right time to, and put some fun or some engagement of playfulness to try and break down those barriers? Because I'm trying to let people understand, the power of play is it is really powerful, because not only does it break down barriers, it also releases a lot of stress. And I was sitting in the park on Sunday watching families. I like to watch people. And I was watching the kids play and running around. And I was for 3 hours trying to do this video. But the kids kept running and coming and making so much noise. But I was watching the kids as they play, and it was so innocent, like they were just having fun. And just the bubbleness and the joy and everything else. And then I was looking at some families who the parents were playing with their children and how they were just having fun, like whatever tension they must have had in their life. I could see that it mitigated because they were just enjoying themselves. And then, I was seeing some couples together lying on a blanket or, holding hands or whatever. And, I kept saying to myself, I'm really onto something about the power of play, because I really feel that it helps to just make people just happier and, live life and not have to be so burdensome about your problems. And so I ask you that question just to see really what does play do for you. Yeah. So anyone else have anything else to say?
I think for me and Delia, we have our best playtime when we go on vacation. We tend to kind of loosen up, relax. I think that's, but we do have fun at home too. But I think when we go away, even if it's not like a big vacation, something small, it's still fun and nice to be together.
Great. Well, we're almost out of time. And I just wanted to say to everyone, thank you so much, first of all, for coming on and being here for me. And those of you, again, who's watching, thank you for supporting this mission, this vision that we have for Couples Ignite the Fire. And I say, you know what? If you don't make it purposeful to have a date night, I think you should really try it. As you see, our couples, it was very spontaneous when they made those desserts. And I think they had some fun out of it, right? And even to know that, with mixing the salty with the sweet and knowing your partner, what they like. And, Mike, you said some powerful things, how you treasure Trish. And just by that dessert says a lot. So think outside the box, start doing different things. And, life is short. And I say honor your spouse. And whatever that looks like, I heard Delia and Derek. I heard Mahalia and Milton say, they appreciate their spouse. They appreciate each other. And I have to say that it's wonderful when you can go through your challenges, but you can also find ways to keep your marriage strong, like 35 years, like 25 years, and Mike and Trish, 7 years and counting. And myself, it's 20, almost 27 years together. And I just want to say thank you for being here. And yes, that's it.